Okay, so I'm speaking softly again because, like, it's 12:57 and I'm basically in a stranger's house. So fun. Don't worry, I'm not kidnapped. But basically, like, my dad and I got to his friend's place and I can't sleep, so I'm just, I'm doing great. But because I couldn't sleep, like, I got thinking and I got doing things and they were productive things, so I guess that's good. Oh my god, also, Arizona is so dry. Oh my god, like, it's so dry. Like, I knew Arizona was dry, but, like, I didn't, like, understand the magnitude of how dry Arizona is. Like, it was literally like, okay, so I was taking a nap when we passed the border between California and Arizona, but, like, when I woke up in Arizona, I was, like, immediately, like, I just, like, the air felt different, if that makes sense. Like, it just felt dustier and, like, just drier. And then, like, my throat was, like, already parched and, like, my lips were, like, already, like, stripped bare and, like, chapped, but not, like, chapped because they were cold, but chapped because they were just so dry. And I was like, oh, we're in Arizona, aren't we? And he was like, yeah, how did you know? And I was just kind of like, just a feeling. Like, it just felt bad. Okay, and don't get me wrong. Like, I freaking, like Arizona because, like, this is my first time coming here. And, like, I don't regret it at all because, like, Arizona is, like, a pretty cool state. And, like, also, like, it's Arizona. Like, hello. Like, it's one of those states that I haven't been to. And, like, it's interesting to experience. But unless I'm going to visit the Grand Canyon or the Painted Desert, I think, is that what it's called? Or, like, visit another national monument or, like, some other really, like, cool park, I'm never coming back here. Or unless I'm, like, driving there, like, on a road trip or something, I'm never coming back here. I'm sorry, Arizona, you are nice and all, but, like, holy shit, you're too dry. You are way too dry. Also, it doesn't help that we're, like, near Phoenix. We're, like, in Mesa or Mesa. Anyways, so, like, it's really dry. It's so dry. I'm dying. Okay, like, I'm dying. It's fine. We're cool. And also, I'm, like, way too awkward to, like, get up and, like, go into the kitchen and get water because, like, that's, like, kind of invasive. Like, I've never been to this house before. Like, I haven't seen my dad's friend in, like, literally years. Like, it's literally been, like, at least 5 years. Like, at least. Like, I think the last time I saw him was before I was hurt by my brother, which means I was either around, like, 8. Yeah, 8. I was around 8. Like, holy shit, that was a long ass time ago. Like, whew, sweetie, like, oh, that was a long ass time ago, okay? Like, Also, there's, like, this, girl that, like, the last time I visited him was when I was, like, 8 years old, I think. It was Christmas time, and, like, I hung out with, like, his niece, I think, my dad's friend's niece, and, like, she was super fun and, like, fun to hang out with. But, like, I remember we fought over my razor, like, my razor scooter all the time. It was kind of funny. But anyways, like, he showed me a picture of her recently, and, like, she's 13 now, but she literally looks like she's my age. She looks like she's 17 or 18, and I'm 17 and I look like I'm 13, and she's 13 and she looks like 17. Like, the fuck? Like, what? That's fucked up. Like, dude, like, excuse me, like, why the fuck did I get fucked up genetics? Like, please fucking somebody tell me. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's stupid. Anyways, so because I've been, like, up so late and kind of, like, probably not gonna get any sleep, I just decided doing some thinking and then randomly started writing in my journal, and then I decided to write, like, because I'll be honest, like, we all know recently I came to the conclusion that I'm not exactly the biggest fan of my dad. Okay, like, we know that. But, like, when he asked me to go on this, like, trip with him, like, at first I was kind of apprehensive and, like, almost wanted to say no, but then I was like, wait, this gives me the perfect opportunity because it gives me the chance to like hang out with him with no interference of like other people, because like, no offense to my mom and my uncle, but like they tend to influence my opinion a lot more than I would like them to, because like that's just like how like being around people works, and like they already have like strong negative opinions about my dad, and then immediately when I'm around them, just like the animosity that they have towards him like just kind of influences me too, you know, like it's almost like subconscious, like we're just feeding off of each other's energy. I don't know, it's really weird, I don't know how to explain it. Like anyways, but like it's so bad. But anyways, yeah, so I kind of like saw this as a perfect opportunity for me to like spend some time with my dad with like no interference of like other people, and like just get a good read on him, you know, as a person, and like ask him questions, but like keep it low key and like just get to know him more. Because like I feel like all my life, like I've kind of only like hung out with him, and like all we've done is like do things that he wants and like do things that are fun, but like we never actually really got to know each other, you know, like as people. Like we don't really know each other as people, we just kind of know each other as our roles. Like, you're my dad, I'm your daughter, we like these things and you like those things, and we do things together that are fun, and then that's it, that's all we know about each other. But then recently, like it's kind of been like a whirlwind of like I'm going through like a lot of stuff, so like I can't like hide it anymore, so like I like am revealing more about myself, and my dad is kind of like unsure how to handle it, so he's kind of like on rocky waters between us. And then he's revealing a lot of things that like I'm uncomfortable with, like the fact that like he knew about my mom's mental illness and like still let me live with her for like pretty much my entire life, like really fucking bothers me. Like I'm not insane, right? Like that's a problem. Like why would you let your daughter, like does he just not have a full grasp of like, I don't know, sometimes like I get angry with him and sometimes I feel guilty, and I'm like, just give him a chance, you know? But then I feel like I'm giving people too many chances. Like, you know, like there's only so many times where you can forgive someone before it's like kind of like, okay, this is ridiculous. And then like it's like enough is enough, you know what I mean? Like I kind of just like always make excuses for people until the last possible second. And then like when it comes to the point where I can't make an excuse for them anymore, like I kind of just like halt. And I'm like, well, you know, like because I just hate like not liking people, you know? Like I don't like holding grudges or like being angry with people. Like I just don't think that's me. But sometimes you do have to do that to like protect yourself, I feel like. But like I honestly don't want to think of my dad as an enemy, you know what I mean? Like he's my dad, like I love him, and like honestly, I don't know, like maybe it's because I'm slipping back into like my fantasy world, but like spending like these past couple days with him while we were traveling from California to Arizona like was actually really fun, and like I actually got to know him a little bit more, and like he got to know me a little bit more, and like we actually got along, and like I don't know, like it's giving me some slight hope that like maybe this relationship is not completely hopeless, and like maybe this won't be our last trip together, maybe he'll be part of my life for the long haul and he won't cut me off. But I mean, I'm almost scared to hope for that because like I don't want to get let down, you know, and like be crushed again, because like I've had so many people crush me, no idea, like so many, and like I don't want to be hurt anymore, like, you know, like I'm scared. But then I also like don't want to like it's kind of like with my mom, it's kind of the same situation, because like it's where one parent is in complete denial and then you're like aware of the situation and you're kind of like, okay, well this isn't right, but like I don't know how to fix it because like I'm a kid and they're an adult, so like how does a kid fix like an adult's problem? Like they can't. All they can do is separate themselves from the adult, which is really hard, especially if that adult is your parent, you know what I mean? Especially if like you don't want to hate them, but you still need separation, but you don't want to do it out of like anger or hate, but like you need separation. like, I don't know. Because with my mom, like, it came to that point. But it was more of, like, I separated myself from her more of a fear than of, like, actual, like, I guess it was me too, but, like, I don't know. With my mom, it was easier because it was, like, more apparent, like, and obvious, like, how she was in the wrong and I was, like, not living a healthy life. I just wanted to protect her. But, like, with my dad, it's kind of really tricky because, like, he acts so normal, you know what I mean? And, like, he has, like, a few friends and they all love him and, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, he's Mr. Charismatic. But, like, to his family, he's a complete asshole. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. But then, like, in his mind, like, he's perfectly, like, fine. Like, he's, like, Mr. like, amazing. But, like, he's really not. Like, he's very selfish, you know? But I don't think he realizes it. And, like, I get it. Everybody's selfish. But, like, he just kind of takes it to a whole nother level. But, like, I feel like I'm so used to, like... Sorry. I'm, like, hella fucking paranoid that my dad's gonna bust in here and be like, you are fucking talking. Who are you talking to? Or his buddy is gonna come in here and be like, are you okay? And I'm gonna be like, no, I'm having a moment. Leave me alone. I know I'm in your house. I'm sorry. But, like... Anyways, I don't know, I just don't do well in new environments. Like, my anxiety's like, it's not okay. Yeah, and then also, like, fucking, like, we all know I have, like, kind of some PTSD left over, okay? And his buddy just said, oh yeah, my cousin might, like, come over late tonight. Like, he needs, like, a 6'5", like, 400-pound dude. He was like, but don't freak out. Like, he's just my cousin. He's just staying here for a little bit. And I'm just like, I'm supposed to not freak out? Like, that a 6'5", fucking 400-pound man is gonna fucking walk through the door while I'm trying to sleep? Excuse me. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna freak out. Like, excuse me. That's like telling a dog not to freak out when there's, like, literally, like, a freaking murderer going into the house. Like, excuse me. Like, that's, like... I don't... Anyways, so, like... Yeah, that's another reason why I'm kind of anxious and, like, couldn't sleep. So, like... of life. Also, I took a nap. So, like, possibly another reason why I can't sleep. But, like, basically, I just can't sleep, you know? Like, it's really bad. Yeah. Oh my god, my throat is so dry. Dude, I want to get water so bad. Like, I'm so thirsty. But, like, I don't want to, like, walk into the kitchen. Because, like, what if he catches me? Like, hey, what are you doing in my fucking kitchen? I'm like, I was thirsty. I'm sorry. Love you. Goodbye. Like, that's fucking awkward, man. Like, that's fucking awkward. That's really awkward. That's, like, that's an awkward that I don't want to encounter. So, like, I'm sitting my ass down and sitting with my dry throat. Because, like, we're okay. We're okay. I'm okay. If I die of dehydration, it's fine. Okay? At least... I don't know what that noise just was, but, like, it was weird. Stomach, what are you doing? Throat? Like, I don't know where that noise derived from, but, like, it was in my body, and that's kind of freaky, and, like, I freaking hate anatomy. Anyways, back to topic. So I was, like, got to thinking about my dad and my dad's and I's relationship and how it's, like, so twisted, and, like, how afraid I am to, like, approach our relationship in any kind of negative light, because, like, ever since I was a kid, like, it's always been positive, like, positive, like, rainbows and unicorns and, like, fucking, like, Jesus on a fucking cheesesteak, like, oh my god, like, it's been, like, great, you know? But, like, that's just because, like, I've had short periods of time with him, and, like, they've always been, like, freedom to me, because, like, with my mom, I was always trapped, and then with him, it was, like, fun, freedom, like, blah, 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 no rules, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there were all rules, but, like, it was a lot less controlling than my mom's environment, where, like, neglect, abuse, like, paranoia, like, even though I know that wasn't her now, like, back then I didn't know. Like, back then I was just kind of like, mommy's, like, weird. Like, I don't understand, like, why she's hurting me. Like, what's this? Like, this is not, like, I didn't understand. So, I was just like terrified, and like she scared me all the time. But then like when I would visit my dad, like it was kind of like my break, like my freedom, my time to be goofy and a kitty again. And like I would lie all the time about like my home life because like couldn't tell him about my mom, obviously, because I thought he didn't even know about her, and I thought that I needed to protect her because she always kept saying like, if you and I like, if you tell anybody about what I do, like you're gonna be taken away from me, and I can't handle that. Like, don't tell anybody because like I can't, like we can't be separated. I don't want us to be separated. Blah 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 blah. Which a lot of that was like paranoia from her like foster care, because she has like this deep rooted fear of like police force and CPS because of foster care, which is so fucked up. Like that's so fucked up. Like I don't even know like a smidge. I know like an inkling of what my mom went through, and like what I know is already horrifying. Like it's a wonder she's still alive. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's so strong for what she went through. Like I know she hurt me a lot, but like it wasn't her. Like it was her mental illness. So like I just have to like forgive and let go, you know? Um Obviously I'm never gonna forget it, and like obviously I'm gonna like forever kind of be affected by it, but like I just have to remind myself it wasn't her. Like it wasn't her. She's like she's a different person now, and she's like better, you know? She's changing for the better, and like she's growing, and like it's okay. Like we're okay. Okay? Like we're fine. Um but anyways, back on topic of Ben Dad. Like just as a kid, like I always saw him as like my hero because like he always took me away from my mom, and like I just like saw my mom and I like living spaces like prison, and then with him it was kind of like freedom. But what I didn't realize was I was like living in fantasy world, because like a lot of times like I was lying, because like I was a pathological liar. Like I lied about everything, and then with him I lied 10 times more than I already did lie, which was already a lot. So like lying with him 10 times more than I already did lie was like lying. Like every fucking word that I said was a lie, because like I just couldn't handle the truth. Like I wasn't like I couldn't comprehend it. It was like a defense mechanism for me to like avoid it and like skirt around it, and like I would prefer, like I as a kid, like I just couldn't comprehend that I was alone. So like in my head it was kind of like I had a purpose, like I was doing this and this and this and this. Like I would only focus on the good things, or I would make up good things if there were no good things. You know what I mean? Like it was weird, but like that's what I had to do to make it through every day. And that's kind of like the thing with my dad, because like I was just so happy to be free of my mom that like my vision of him was just so obscured. It was almost like I saw him as like Jesus or something, and like a halo of light or something around him, and like he was just like this perfect like specimen of humanity and like my savior. But it turns out he's like kind of not, and he's just a normal fucking human, and like I just need to accept that. But then he's not even just a normal fucking human. Like he's kind of fucked up in a lot of ways, and he's also like really controlling and really selfish, and like just like I don't know, like it's really hard for me to like wrap my head around it, because like my whole life, like up until like literally like recently, like 2 or 3 months ago, like I didn't even like, no, actually that's not true. It was further than that. It was like 11 or 12 months ago. But like I didn't even like the switch didn't even start to register of like reality, you know? It hadn't like set in yet of him, you know? And then 11 or 12 months ago when he left for Honduras, like that's when it started to set in, and I was kind of like, why would he leave? You know, like, and just like his continuous denial of like my grandma, and like just I don't know, like there are a lot of things that I've realized about him that I'm kind of like, that's not cool, but like he thinks it's completely normal, and it's kind of like upsetting, you know? Because like I want to confront him about it, but like also to him I'm still that like naive little kid. But and then I feel like during this trip, like I wanted to give him one more chance, and then during the 2 days that we were driving together from California to Arizona, like we had a few good moments, like we had good moments together, and like we like hardly ever got upset with each other, and like, or he hardly ever made me upset, and like I hardly ever pissed him off, and like I don't know, like we had a really good connection. I felt like he was seeing me for me and not just that little girl anymore, which is good, you know? But also at the same time, like that doesn't change his character and it doesn't change his past mistakes or his lack of remorse for those mistakes. And so, but I don't want to be angry, you know? Like, I don't want to, like, come to him with, like, anger because I know if I come to him with anger, he's just going to be defensive and it's just going to be a bad fight. So, like, I don't want to do that because that's what my uncle and him are doing right now, like, back and forth, jabber, 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 jabber. Like, they just fight all the time. And it's, like, really, like, frustrating because, like, I hate confrontation. Like, I avoid it at all costs. And like with them, like it's impossible to avoid it because like they're always fighting. Like even when I like on Friday night, I stayed over at my dad's house because like we were leaving early in the morning and like he wanted to like be able to like get ready and go from his place. So like I stayed the night over at his house on Friday before we left on Saturday, and um, he and my uncle got in a fight, and like it wasn't that big of a fight, but it was like loud enough and big enough and where they both were kind of like getting close to each other and yelling at each other that I was just like I couldn't handle it, and it just brought back like flashbacks and like memories of like when my mom would like go up and like scream in my face and like or like shove me around or like manhandle me that I couldn't handle it, and like I literally like started having a meltdown, like I couldn't deal with it, and like I like oh my god, like I'm lucky I didn't have a panic attack, like I literally was just like not okay. And then on top of that, my uncle kind of said some mean words to me, which I know he kind of just said in the heat of the moment because, like, when they stopped, like, fighting, they just kind of walked away from each other, thank God. But I think the only reason that they walked away from each other was because I was sitting on the couch in between them because one of them was, like, by the dining table, which is in front of the couch, and then one of them was behind the couch next to the computer, and they were, like, arguing over my head. Like, it was, like, just, no, like, stop. Like, yeah. And, like, I couldn't deal with it. And then they finally, like, stopped and they walked away, but that was only because I was there. And then I walked over to my uncle and was, like, gonna try and, like, talk to him or something. Because I knew that, like, he would probably be easier to approach than my dad. And he kind of snapped at me and, like, told me, like, something really mean. And I was like, okay, I know he doesn't really mean this, but, like, ouch. um, and then so I just like walked back to the couch and cried and wrote in my journal because you know that's what I am. I'm a wuss. Okay, like, anyways, but like I've been thinking a lot about like how I want to like confront my dad, you know, and like I don't want to do a fight because like I don't want to become like him and my uncle, but I also like my mom suggested that I could like go to therapy with my therapist, but I also know that that's not a good idea because my therapist already has a very bad opinion of my dad. Um, just from what I've told her. And like again, I'm not like well, I mean, I guess it's impossible to tell something from your perspective without bias, but like I try to be as like nice about it as possible, but like also like you can't change the facts, you know? So like she has a pretty negative opinion about my dad. And so I don't want that to like influence, you know, like that therapy session. Plus I know my dad. Like I know he's not like he's gonna be like very restrained and like very like weird about it because like he's not good with therapy, you know. So I just don't think that that would be a good option either. But I also like don't want to like confront him like emotionally because I know that that will not end well either. So like I've been trying to think of like a good way to do it, but like delicately, you know, and like subtly. And then it hit me. Oh my god, it hit me. Like literally, it hit me like so subconsciously that like I didn't even realize the answer was right in my fucking face the entire time, dude. Oh my god, I have to hold on. Okay, so I must admit, I kind of got carried away with this, but like, this is like a lifetime's worth of in depth, like, observation and like queries and like questions and like answers that need to be said about a person that you've known your entire life but still not known. You know what I mean? Because like you can know somebody but not really know them deep down. And I feel like that's kind of been the way that it's been with my dad my entire life. Like, we've always had this kind of like shallow set relationship, and like it's never been like very deep, you know, for either of us, because like I was too like fake and like defensive and like scared, and like he's just how he always is, so that wasn't like gonna work. And so like obviously, since I'm different now and I want an actual meaningful relationship with him, he has to change, you know, because I've already made the change. Like, he needs to follow suit or this isn't gonna work. But what I'm hoping is that like subtly I can lead him into the change, because like I don't want an abrupt separation, you know, because like I don't think that would be healthy for either of us. But like I also don't want to like do the whole therapy session, because I already explained that. But like I wanted to do it subtly, but like also like still get the point across, you know what I mean? And I found it. Questions. I made a list of questions. I think there's 65 in total, and they're a lot, okay? But mind you, this is like from the day I was born, questions that I have not asked or had answers to ever. Because when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was have fun, because I just wanted freedom, and he wanted the same thing, and he doesn't care, you know? But now that I'm older, like, I realize that these things are important, and like they need to be answered for us to have an in-depth relationship. So plus I need to understand like why certain things happened in my life and he didn't prevent them or even help them at all. Also, I just now realized my glasses leave like this really freaky shadow on my face, and it's really fucking weirding me out. Like, man, oh my god. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of those like mirrors in like the fairs that like you can look into, and then like it stretches out your like body to like either really like short and stubby or like really long and like weird. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're like warped, you know, the warped mirrors that you walk through and you look all weird and you always go like, oh, whatever. Anyways, but basically, I made like 65 questions of like things that I need to ask him and like need answers to. But the thing is, I'm going to tell him that I'm doing this, but like I'm not going to tell him what the questions are about. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to ask you like 65 questions over the course of like 2.5 months probably. And like you have to answer them no matter what they are. You have to answer them truthfully. Like, it doesn't matter what the questions are. And some of them are going to be kind of like basic, and some of them are going to be kind of like really deep and like really hard to talk about. But like you have to answer all of them. And it's only going to be one question per day, so like he doesn't need to like flip out over it, because it's not going to be an overload of information, because it's going to be one question for per day. So even if it's a shallow one, I'm not going to add on a different one. Or even if it's like a really in-depth one, like I'm not going to like leave the in-depth one like one per week or something. Like, no, like it's going to be one every single day. But like he had like, I'll ask him like in the morning or like sometime where he'll have enough time to like work through it. I know he will. And like, yeah. But if he chooses to not answer them, then this is going to probably fail. And then I'm probably going to have to do the whole confrontation thing, or I'm probably going to have to do the therapy thing. But I really hope this question thing works, because, like, I really want it to work. Like, to me, it's, like, the perfect solution if he cooperates. If he doesn't cooperate, we're just going to have to do it the hard way. Oh my god, I sound like a parent. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Why do I sound like a parent? Ugh, it's awful. Okay, anyways. Oh my god, I also have to pee so bad. Also, my dad is sleeping in the next room. The bathroom is in our room, just conjoined. I'm actually sleeping on a couch, so technically, I mean, but our rooms are conjoined, and there's a bathroom in the middle of them. But like, I'm gonna wake him up, because he's a light sleeper. And like, I'm gonna wake him up if I go in there and like pee, because like, I pee loudly, okay? I mean, who pees quietly? Like, it's literally just urine hitting water. Okay, like, you can't pee quietly. Like, it's not fucking possible. So, like, how the fuck am I gonna do it? Like, I really hope I don't wake him up. But, like, dude, why? Dude, you know, being an insomniac has, like, a lot of problems, especially when you're in a stranger's house. Damn it. Anyways, so, yeah, that's my solution for my dad problem. Because I got daddy issues, you know? Typical me. Actually, I got, like, all sorts of family fucking issues, you know? But, like, we're working through them. Slowly, but surely. Just a little bit. Yeah. But I'm really excited about Arizona. Unfortunately, I can't see the Painted Desert because, like, it's on the other side of Arizona. That's, like, closer to, like, the east, not the west. And, like, we're on California, so, like, my dad doesn't want to drive that far out because we're only staying here for a couple days and then we're driving back because we have to make it in time for Thanksgiving to make it for my grandma's fancy dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, which we do every year, and it is the most boring shit ever. I freaking hate it. Like, they literally serve you, like, this size food, and it's literally supposed to be Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm just like, you're literally serving me something that I could eat for breakfast, and you're claiming it's Thanksgiving dinner, and then you're charging me $50 per meal? That's stupid. But then also, the one thing that I kind of look forward to is their desserts. But then, like, last year, because they used to make homemade desserts, which was the only thing good about that place, they stopped making homemade desserts. Like, last year, I tasted their desserts, and I was like, this shit is frozen. What happened to their homemade desserts? Like, they just fucking got rid of it. And they're still charging the same price for the desserts, which is like $20 per dessert. Like, excuse me. Like, you went from homemade, somewhat delicious, to shitty frozen food, and you're gonna charge the same fucking price? Like, no. But then also, my grandma makes us, like, dress up all the time, which I fucking hate dressing up, because, like, hello, what's the point? Like, unless you're trying to look professional for a job that, like, you need to look professional in, like, what's the fucking point in dressing up? Like, you literally, like, the only things you need to dress up for are weddings, dances, if you go to dances, which I don't go to dances, so, like, this is another thing that I'm not going to. Weddings, funerals, depressing, I know, but, and then also, like, god damn it, I can't think. Anyways, the video is almost over, so, like, I'm gonna say goodbye now. Bye.